Hello everyone and welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15, where I'll be giving you my day 4 preview for the Cheltenham Festival. But before we get into that, I quickly just want to reflect on how day 3 went. In the end, it was a good day as we had two good winners here on the YouTube channel. The first winner was Third Wind in the Potomps. We actually put up the first two in that race. I should have done the reverse forecast, but Third Wind, in the end, he was just able to get there in time, returned a final SP of 25 to 1. So I hope some of you backed that one. Alaphilippe as well, he ran a really good race. So if you backed him as advertised, you would have got a little bit of an each way return there. So that wasn't a bad result for us. And the other good tip we put up was Love Envoy, who was a good winner for Harry Fry in the Mares Novice Hurdle. She was travelling very well throughout, and in the end, she just had too much class for her rivals. She's definitely been a very smart mare this season. And again, that was a good result too. Away from that, we had a couple of each ways. Paisley Park, he ran okay. He finished in third place, advertised each way. The nap of the day, Imperial Alcazar, did nothing wrong. He finished in second place in the end, maybe just giving the weight away to Cool Cody, who is a course specialist. Maybe just told in the closing stages. He was advised each way, so you would have got your money back there. So, yeah, on the whole, it wasn't a bad day today, and fingers crossed we can keep it up going into the last day of the Cheltenham Festival. So, like I said, I'm going to be giving you my day 4 preview, and obviously the first race on the card we'll be looking at is the Triumph. I've actually got two selections here, and I'm quite keen to take on Vauban and Pied Piper. Now, even though they did look special last time out, I just think they're taking up a little bit too much of the market, and I think with some extra places on offer, there's definitely a couple of each way alternatives. Now, the first one I'm going to put up is Faivoir for Davy Russell and Gordon Elliott, currently available at 13-2 with Betfair, who offer him 4 places. I thought that was way too big. He wasn't disgraced when he finished second behind Vauban last time out at the Dublin Racing Festival, and I just think maybe the ground went against Faivoir that day. I think the rain that came yesterday would definitely have suited him, even though the ground was still riding a little bit testing today. It was nowhere near as bad. I still think the rain might just help him, and I think he can reverse the form. It wouldn't be the first time that Fieldor, or I should say, a Gordon Elliott trained runner, has reversed form from that race at Leopardstown. He did it with Far Class a couple of years ago with Mr. Adjudicator, and also as well Tiger Roll as well. So he knows what he's doing here in the Triumph Hurdle, Gordon Elliott, and I just think he might be able to reverse the form. There's only a couple of pounds between them on official ratings. I just didn't think that they should be so far apart in the market. And it's interesting as well, Davy Russell, who's ridden Pied Piper both times, has picked Faivoir. So, yeah, I think he's definitely worth an each way play. And the other one is Porticello, the British runner for Jamie and Gary Moore, currently available at 16 to 1 with Paddy Power. Again, I thought this one was a big price. Now, obviously, he might need to step up on his form, but I thought last time out at Haydock, he was very impressive when he was never really out of second gear. And even the form of that race, it's not worked out that badly. The second place Sky Cutter actually ran okay in the Fred Winter here earlier in the week. And even though, yes, I know he was well behind, and yes, he didn't get involved in the finish there, Sky Cutter, I still think it was a really good run. You can't knock him. He's one that would have been suited from the ground. He's a Grade 1 winner in his own right. He won the juvenile finale at Chepstow at Christmas. So, yeah, he's got a lot of strong form next to his name. The only time he got beaten was by Night Salute, who does reoppose here. If you wanted to have a saver on him at a price, I wouldn't put you off. I think he's got a solid claim. I just didn't think this was necessarily a match, and I thought maybe some of the bigger price horses might be able to get involved. We saw Adagio, he went off at 20 to 1 for this race last year, finished second. It's not necessarily always a race to follow in the favourite. So, yeah, they're going to be my plays on the Triumph. We then go to my nap of the day, which runs in the 2:10. It's the County Hurdle. Now, State Man has been all the rage here for Willie Mullins, but I'm going to have to take him on. He's very lightly raced. He could have 10, 15 pound in hand off his rating, but for me, I just think he's well too short, and you want to be taking him on. And I just think I've stumbled across one here. He would actually be my long shot if I was putting him up, but he's 66 to 1. I think he's got a cracking chance. And if you saw me on the Twitter feed earlier, I did say that I was quite excited about this horse. And that is Faivoir for Bridget Andrews and Dan Skelton. He's 66 to 1 with Bet365 at the current time recording. You get 7 places on offer. I'm going to recommend a 1 point each way selection here. I do not know how he is 66 to 1. He should be at least 16 to 1. Now, he's not unexposed. We know his limitations, but he's a very consistent horse. He's done very well throughout his career so far over hurdles, and he's done okay over fences, but he's maybe just not quite top quality over fences, and he's probably a better hurdler at this stage of his career. Now, last time we saw him, he finished third a couple of weeks ago in the Moor Battle Hurdle at Kelso, and he was a bit of an eye catcher that day. He didn't run badly at all. He had to give weight away to two improving types. Cormier, who's been holding his form in decent handicaps this year, and he'll be running here tomorrow as well. Also, as well, you had Sandaroo, who probably should have won that race at Kelso. I put him up as my nap of the day on the YouTube channel back in that race, but I still think he wasn't disgraced at all. And also, as well, coming back to Cheltenham will definitely suit him. He's 2 from 2 over hurdles. The only blip he had was here earlier in the season over fences, but he wasn't beaten that far. He's got a good record at the track. He's on a fair mark. Bridget Andrews as well as a plus coming back on him. He's 5 with 6 from Bridget Andrews on. He's got an excellent record. And I just thought, what the hell is he doing out here at 66 to 1? He's 143. Yes, I know he's not got loads in hand, but he runs a solid race. If you look at his RPR ratings, he's always there or thereabouts, with his performances. And it would have to take something majorly wrong for him to run a bad race tomorrow. I just don't get why he's such a big price. And for me, I could just see a repeat of what happened back in 2018 when they won this race with Moeed. He was the second or third string skeleton horse, and Bridget was on board. I really can't work my head out this one. I'm really excited about his chances tomorrow. I don't normally tip up horses this big of a price, but 66 to 1, he shouldn't be going off that price. And if he's still available, even 33s, even 20, I would still recommend to get on him. I think he's going to be there or thereabouts. He's got form over further. He's a grade 2 novice hurdle winner. He's a really consistent horse, versatile in all kinds of ground. I really like his chances tomorrow to go close, and he's going to be my nap of the day in the county hurdle. We then go to the 250, which is the Albert Bartlett. I've got 2 selections for you here. I'm not being original by putting up Hillcrest. I think he's got a good chance. He's 3 to 1. I'm going to recommend a 1-point win bet here for Richard Patrick and Henry Daly. Has been a great horse this season for Henry Daly. Really got him back amongst the big time. Henry Daly as well has had a really good season. His yard are going well as well. 4 from 8 in the last fortnight. Honest Vic ran a good race for them today in the Potoms. Hillcrest, the only blemish on his record so far is actually when he unseated his rider back in the trials meeting behind North Lodge and Balco Coastal. But apart from that, he's not put a foot wrong. He won here over 2.5 miles, beating I Am Maximus. He's just got a lot to like, and the further he goes, the better. I think he's got really solid credentials, and the way he won at Haydock last time was very impressive. I just think he could have a lot more to come, and I'm really excited about his chances moving forward. And I think he's got a cracking chance in the Albert Bartlett. The other one I think can go well, and I can believe his price, is Minella Cocooner. I think he should be a few points shorter for Paul Tannand and Willie Mullins. He caused a bit of surprise last time out when he won the Nathaniel Lacey at the Dublin Racing Festival, but he did nothing wrong. It was an excellent ride by Danny Mullins, who got his own way on the front end of things, and in the end just stayed there. But he wasn't stopping at the line. He does have to wear a hood because he is a keen goer, but he's bred to stay further. And it was interesting, straight after the race, that Willie Mullins said he would be staying at this trip or could get even further. It's an interesting horse. He won at Navan 2 starts ago. Pretty versatile ground-wise. You can get 10 to 1, 5 places SkyBet. I think that's a ridiculous price for him. And yeah, I wouldn't put you off having an each-way saver on him. So he's going to be my selection there. I then got 2 for you in the Gold Cup. Galvin, he's currently available at 72 at Boyle Sports. Again, I don't think that's a bad price at all for Davy Russell and Gordon Elliott. He's got probably the most progressive profile in the lineup, or he's got the best profile, I'd say. You normally want to be having your first go at a Gold Cup. Normally coming back can be often quite a hard task for horses that have previously run it. So he comes here having his first experience of this race. He won the National Hunt Chase here last season in a race that worked out really well, beating the likes of Ascaria 10. Next destination, it was a good race. And he was very impressive when he won the Savills Chase last time out at Leopardstown at Christmas. He was very, very impressive, beating the likes of Plutard and a couple of his other rivals he's going to be taking on here. I think everything's in his favour, and I think he's the most solid option. And if you want to back him at 72, I wouldn't put you off, and I'm going to put him up there as my main selection in the Gold Cup. Also, as well, I'm going to recommend an each-way play for Protektorat. He's currently available at 15 to 2. SkyBet, who offer him 5 places for Harry and Dan Skelton. Now, this horse has been, again, a horse of Dan Skelton, a rise here, lightly raced this season, not had too many tough tests. He ran a cracker off a big weight in the Paddy Power Gold Cup back in November. He then went to Aintree, where he absolutely hacked up OK Beat Native River, who subsequently retired, but he couldn't have done any more. He was very, very impressive, and I just think this step up in trip could maybe unlock. He's a 7-year-old. He's got that profile as well. The young horse coming through. I just think Protektorat's got a live chance here. And I think he can definitely be there or thereabouts. So yeah, at the prices, I'm going to recommend an each way selection on him. We then go to the Foxhunters, where we go with two selections. The first one of them is Dubai Guest for Gina Andrews and Tom Ellis. I actually put up a horse of theirs last year. I think it was called It Came to Pass. It ran a crack. I think it finished in fourth in the end. But Gina Andrews is a very competent amateur. She actually won, I think it was the Kim Muir on a horse called Doomsday for Stuart Edmonds a couple of years ago. But yeah, this horse, Dubai Guest, it looks like they've targeted him for this race. He won very well at Weatherby last time out, beating Le Broy. That was a good race. He's currently 9-1 with Betfair, who offer him 5 places. I think he's going to make the frame. And the other one I think could go quite well is Cousin Pascal. He's 16-1 with a couple of firms. I thought that was a far too big price for him, for James King, and John O'Shea's really progressed well in the last year or so. He won at Aintree and at the Foxhunters there, and then he ran okay at Hereford. Probably just needed the run, but that form got boosted by Wagner. And then last time out, he beat Bob and Co. quite easily at Haydock. I think he's going to be ridden prominently. I think he'll be there or thereabouts. And double figure price. I would definitely recommend you there to have a small each way. In the mare's chase, I think Zambella's worth an each way selection. You can get 4 places with SkyBet for Darryl Jacob and Nigel Twiston-Davis in the double green. Obviously, the Irish look to have it on paper, but Zambella, I think she's improved this season a lot. I think this step up, this trip over 2.5 miles is definitely her better trip. The only blemish on her CV this season over fences was when she bumped into Muscada, who had actually, to be fair, been threatening to win a race of that nature over 2 miles. She just probably got a bit tapped for toe, and that was a disappointment. But her win at Doncaster, win last time out, Uttoxeter, they were very, very impressive. Obviously, she probably does have to improve her form, but she did take the scalp of Ellie May at Aintree earlier in the year. I think at a double figure price, she can go well. And you can still get the 11-1 4 places SkyBet. I think that's a great bet. So yeah, that's going to be my selection there. My next best of the day then runs in the Martin Pipe. I quite like the chances of Hollow Games here for Jordan Gainford and Gordon Elliott. Currently available at 15-2. I'm going to recommend a 1 point each way selection here. You can get 6 places with SkyBet at the price. This horse, last time we saw him, he ran in the Nathaniel Lacey. It's interesting that he's coming into a handicap. He's got proper graded form, and he's probably going to make into a stay and chase. So he was a really smart bump horse. And Gordon Elliott always likes to target quite a few at this race. He's previously won it on 2 occasions over the years. I just thought this horse had really solid credentials, and he might just be the class act of the race. And Jordan Gainford as well is a positive jockey book, and you might remember he won on the strength here last year, so he knows what he's doing, and he's a very capable rider. So yeah, they're the thoughts then on the last day of the Cheltenham Festival. Let me know what you're going to be backing on the final day, who your predictions for the Gold Cup. Also as well, if you're enjoying these videos, remember to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe here to the YouTube channel at LuckyLoaders15. If you want to follow me on socials, Twitter and Insta are the places to do so, where my handle is at LuckyLoader15. Please gamble responsibly, and we'll be seeing you soon.